So, equally divisible lemma state that if there are two numbers a and b with a is greater than b, then always there exists two integer q and r such that a is equal to bq plus r, where q is called quotient, r is called remainder, b is called divisor, and a is called dividend. Okay, and one condition must be satisfied, that 0 less equal to r less than b. This is a very important thing. The remainder must be greater or equal to 0, but strictly less than equal to b. Now what happened if I take a number a, and if I take another number, suppose 3, with a is greater than 3. So can we write? Okay, what we can write? Tell me once. Just if we take three number a and another number 3 with a is greater than 3. So if we apply Euclid division lemma for the number a and 3 under this condition, so what we can write? Very good, Rajanna. We can write a equal to 3q plus r with 0 less equal to r less than 3. So what are the values of r? So 3 value of r will here for this condition, r may be equal to 0, r may be equal to 1, and r may be equal to 2. So if I put r equal to 0 here, so a will be in the form of 3q plus 0, that is equal to 3q for r equal to 0. Okay, in that case we can say that a is completely divisible by 3. A is completely divisible by 3. If the remainder equal to 0, so a is completely divisible by 3. What happens if I put r equal to 1? So a will be 3q plus 1, means when r is equal to 1. That means when you divide a by the number 3, we have 1 as a remainder. And the last case, if I put r equal to 2, so it will be 3q plus 2 if I put r equal to 3. It means when we divide a by the number 3, we have 2 as a remainder. We have 2 as a remainder. Tell me, have you understood this one or not? Have you understood this portion? Yes, any confusion if you have, you can tell me. Okay. Okay, students, can you tell me what is the odd number and what is the even number? What is the odd number and what are the even number? Okay, tell me what is the even number and what is odd number? Even number and what is the odd number? A number divisible by 2 is an even number. Very good, Ronit. And a number, even number can be described as a multiple of 2. This is also correct. Not divisible by 2. It is number divisible by 2. It is very good. Okay. So you say, according to you, you are right that if a number is divisible by 2, that means the number is called a even number. So let us consider a is a even number. A is an even number. We are considering a is even number. So what happens if I divide a by 2 now, by 2? So we have the remainder as 0, and suppose there will be any quotient, suppose q. So we can express q a as a equal to 2q plus 0, that is 2q. So general format of an even number is 2 into some integer. 2 into some integer. So even number is of the form 2q. Whereas what is odd number? Odd number means if we divide a numbers by 2, then the remainder will be 1. If the remainder is equal to 1, then the number is called a odd number. Suppose there is a quotient q. So a can be expressed in the form 2q plus 1, where 1 is the remainder. That means the general format general form of a odd number is 2q plus 1, means if we divide it by 2, we have always 1 as a remainder. Clear? Now if you look at your question number 2, show that any positive integer is of the form, so any positive odd integers, not integer, any positive odd integer is of the form 6q plus 1 or 6q plus 3 or 6q plus 1, 6q plus 3 or 6q plus 5. 6q plus 1, 6q plus 3 or 6q plus 5. We have to prove that any odd positive integer must be one of these three forms. Okay. Now see how we can prove this. Okay. So let us consider solution. Let us consider a odd positive number, Suppose the number is a. We are considering a odd positive number a. Okay. Now if I consider, if we apply Euclid division lemma for the number a and 6, if we apply Euclid division algorithm for the number a and 6, so what we can write? We can write a equal to 6q plus r, where 0 less equal to r less than 6. Are you agree with me or not? Tell me whether you are agree with me or not. Then we will go to the next question. Then we will go to the next topic. Are you agree with me that if we consider any positive odd integer a, and if I take any number 6, and if we apply the Euclid division algorithm, so we can write a equal to 6q plus r, where 0 less equal to r less than 6. Now what are the possible value of r? So as the value of r is greater than 0 but less than 6, so possible values will be r equal to 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So r, choose the value from 0 to 5. Okay. I think so, the is 0 to 5. Okay. So we have 5, 6 cases here. So case number 1, if I consider r equal to 0, put it here. So a, what will be the a? A equal to 6q plus 0 means a is equal to 6q. Now tell me one thing, whether 6q is an even number or odd number. Mind it, here q and r both are integers, so even number. That means 6q is an integer, means a is also integer, means even integer. So according to the assumption, we have chosen a as an odd integer. So if I put r equal to 0, so a will not be an odd integer. That means the form of any odd integer will not of the form 6q. Okay, the form of any odd integer may not be in the form of 6q. So r will not be equal to 0. So this case completed. Now consider case 2. If I put r equal to 1, so if I put r equal to 1, so value of a will be 6q plus 1, which means a is equal to 2 into 3q plus 1. Now tell me, it is a is now looking like 2 into some constant plus 1, means when you divide the number a, we have 1 as a remainder. That means a is a even number or odd number. A is a even number or odd. Obviously it is the odd number. So in that case, a is a odd number. Okay, now let's move to the next one. Case 3. Case 3. If I put r equal to 2, 1 is completed. Now if I put r equal to 2, so a will be equal to 6 cube plus 2. Now that can be expressed in the form a equal to 2 into 3 cube plus 1. Now look, q is an integer, so 3 cube plus 1 is also integer. So form of a is of the form 2 cube. So it is a even integer. So a case 3 means when r equal to 2 means a equal to 6 cube plus 2, it's not a even integer. Now case 4. Case 4 means when r equal to 3. So in that case a is equal to 6 cube plus 3. Now we can rewrite it as a equal to 6 cube plus 2 plus 1. That means a is equal to, if I take 2 common, so it will be 3 cube plus 1 plus 1. Now it is of the form 2 cube plus 1. That means a is a odd integer. Okay, a is odd integer. Okay, so 3 is completed, 2 is completed. Now case 4, when r is equal to 3, sorry, r is equal to 4, it is case 5, r equal to 4. So in that case a will be 6 cube plus 4, which we can write a equal to 2 into 3 cube plus 2. So it is again even integer. And the last case, case 6, when r equal to 5, so a will be 6 cube plus 5, which we can write in the form 6 cube plus 4 plus 1. That is equal to a equal to 2 into 3 cube plus 2 plus 1. Means it is again a odd integer. It is a odd integer. So in which case the number a becomes odd integer? It is once when r equal to 1, means a is of the form 6 cube plus 1. When r equal to 3 means a is of the form 6 cube plus 3, and when r equal to 5 means a is of the form 6 cube plus 5. That means any odd positive integer must be in the form of 6 cube plus 1 or 6 cube plus 3 or 6 cube plus 5, because the other forms are becoming even numbers. Okay, other form are even numbers. So only possible odd formats are 6 cube plus 1, 6 cube plus 3 and 6 cube plus 5, and completed. Discussion. Now tell me one thing, have you any problem, means any doubt? If you have any problem, I can repeat the process once again. Any doubt? Anyone? You can, without any hesitation, you can tell me. Clear? That's a good thing. Okay, so let's move to the next question. You just have a look on the question number 3. Have a look on question number 3. Okay, why we can't have r equal to 6? Very good question. Why we can't r equal to 6? Now look, I am giving you answer, then going to the next questions. Vivek, look, we have taken a positive integer a and a number b which is equal to 6, and now we dividing a by the number 6. So according to Euclid division lemma, we can write a equal to 6 cube plus r, where 0 less equal to r less than 6. So what are the possible values of r? It is either 0 or 1 or 2 or 4 or 5. Maximum value of r will be 5, not 6. That's why we can't take r equal to 6. Okay, Vivek? Otherwise it will violate the Euclid division's lemma. Because when you divide any number by 6, the remainder may not be equal to 6. If the remainder is 6, we can proceed one more step. Okay, now next question. Next question is an army contingent of 611 members, 616 members is to be marched behind any army band of 23 members. Of 23 members. Sorry, not 23, it is 32. I'm so sorry, it is 32. 32 members. Okay, that means this march of army will march behind 32 army bands, and two groups are to march in the same numbers of column. What is the maximum number of column in which they can march? Any idea how to solve? Any idea how to solve? ACF. If I ask you why we have to do ACF, means what is the reason behind doing ACF? Why not LCM or any other process? Okay, let me explain one thing. Suppose there are 10 army person. I am giving another example. Suppose there are 10 army person. Okay, and there are 4 army band. There are 4 army band. Okay, we have to arrange them together in a row or in a column. Okay, so we can do we can do it like that. So suppose this is for the army band 1, 2, 3, 4, and behind that we can take 5 army 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is the possible arrangement. That will be the possible arrangement. That means we have to find the common factor between these two numbers, and then we have to find the highest common factors. Okay, maximum highest common factor. So that's why we have to find the GCD of these two numbers. Okay, since the GCD of 4 and 10 is 2, so we have to make it in two arrangements, because we have to find the maximum number of row. We have to get the greatest multiple of total number of people. Very good, Vivek. Okay, so actually we have to find the GCD of two numbers. Okay, so just find the GCD of between two numbers, but we have to find the GCD by Euclid division lemma. We have to find the GCD by Euclid division lemma. So students, if I leave the question for you, can you solve it by yourself? We have to solve this by Euclid division lemma, and we have solved a few problems using Euclid division lemma. Very good. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Question number 4. Okay, question number 4 is using Euclid division lemma so that the square of any positive integer is either of the form 3m or 3m plus 1, where m is any integers, any some integers. Okay, so we have to prove that if I make a square of any positive integer, so it is must be of the form either 3m or 3m plus 1. Either it will be 3m or 3m plus 1. You can give me a positive integers. Example of positive integers. Any positive integers. For example, if I take 4, if I take in number 4, make it square. What will be a square? It is 16. So we can express 16 in either this form or this form. So we can write it is 3 into 5 plus 1, which is in that form. Or you can take any other example, and if you make it square, so you can see that the format of the square of that number will be either 3m or 3m plus 1. For example, if I take suppose 6, so if I take a equal to 6, so a square will be 36, which is of the form 3 into 12, which is of the form 3m. So square of any positive integer will be either of the form 3m plus 1 or 3m. Now we have to prove it. Okay, we have to prove it. Now a solution. Let us consider let us consider any positive number, say a. We are considering a is a positive integer. Positive integers. Actually, positive, not instead of a number, it's called integer. Okay. Now, if I apply Euclid division algorithm for the number a and the number 3, so what we can write, can you yes, you have already written, that is a equal to 3q plus r. Very good. So we can write a is equal to 3q plus r, where 0 less equal to r, less than 3. So what are the possible values of for r? The possible values of r is equal to either 0 or 1 or 2. So 3 possible cases may arise when we divide a by the number 3. Okay, so let us consider case 1, when r is equal to 0. So a will be of the form 3q plus 0. That means a is equal to 3q. Now make it square. So if I make it square, we have a square is equal to 9q square. Now we'll check whether 9q square can be written in the form 3m plus 1 or 3m. Okay. So now look, we can express 9q square as 3 into 3q square. That means a is equal to 3m. If I take m is equal to 3q square and integers, because q is an integer, if I make a square of an integer, it will be again an integer. So if r equal to 0, then the square of a is of the form 3m. Okay. Now go to the step 2, means case 2. If I take r equal to 1, then a will be of the form 3q plus 1. Okay. Again make it square. So a square will be, it is 3q plus 1 whole square. Now look, we know a famous formula, that is a plus b whole square, which is a square plus 2ab plus b square. All of you know that. So that is a square means 9q square plus 2ab means 6q plus 1. Okay. Now look, if I take 3 commons from the first 2 numbers, so we have, it is 3 into 3q square plus 2q plus 1, which is of the form 3m plus 1. If I take m equal to 3q square plus 2q. 3q square plus 2q. So if r equal to 1, means if a is of the form 3q plus 1, then its square is also of the form 3m plus 1. Okay. Now we have one more case, but I have to rub the board now because I don't have sufficient space to solve. Okay. I am rubbing this portion, case 1. Now the case 3. Case 3. What is case 3? If r equal to 0, when r equal to 2, not 0, r equal to 2. So in that case, a will be of the form 3q plus 2. Okay, again make it square. So if I make square of a, so a square will be, it is 3q plus 2 whole square, which means it is 9q square plus 12q plus 4. Okay, that is equal to, we can rewrite it 3q square plus 12q plus 3 plus 1. We are splitting 4 as 3 plus 1. Okay. Now take 3 common from the first 3 numbers. So it will be 3 into, sorry, it will be 9. Okay. So 3q square plus 4q plus 1 plus 1, which is of the form 3m plus 1, where m means these numbers. A means this number. So whatever the format of the number it is, if I make the square of the number, the square number must be of the form either 3m or 3m plus 1. Solved. Okay. Any problem from your side? No? Okay, very good. Okay, so next day we'll start a new topic that is called the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Okay, next day we'll start the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, and do one thing, try to solve the last questions. I have not solved the question number 5. I hope you can solve it. If you can't, then tell me, remind in my next class, I will definitely solve it. And students, do not leave the class. I have to take your attendance, just wait a well.